What's up, guys? This is Lucid, and today we're basically going to talk about TikTokers pretty much committing literal crimes for clout, and sometimes not for clout, but for the most part, that's usually the reason. And probably a little about the platform as a whole and how it's just kind of toxic in a way. So, the first thing I wanted to bring up was people that there is an abundance of TikTokers on there that are literally trying to do illegal things to get followers, likes, whatever, and it's kind of mind-boggling. So let me get into some examples. So we talked about this guy in a previous video, I believe. Actually, yeah, we definitely did. Mizzy is what the name he goes by on TikTok. Was literally just walking into people's houses in the UK, I believe this was, and he was just literally walking into people's houses, random people that he didn't know him, and they were just, had the reaction you'd expect. Get out of my house, what are you doing, and shit like that, which is like, you can't be doing this shit. And then we hear, this is not too long ago, this was like, I think this is a few weeks ago, this guy's name is Gagne Power. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But his whole thing on TikTok is to try and get in trouble with authorities. And recently, he was driving around in a van that said free candy on it. And you could, yeah, that's kind of like stereotypical. Like, I don't know if anyone would actually do that, but
well, here's the thing is, and I'll allude to this later in the video, but stuff like that has to be taken very serious because
right.
TikTok has a serious problem with child predators. I mean, like, it's enough that if you type in TikTok, it'll probably be one of the first search results if you type it into Google. Like, yeah, it's a considerable issue.
It's not something to sit there and try and simulate and try and to get popularity from. I actually don't understand that. But anyway, he did that. He was driving around in a van saying with written free candy on it, and I think that's what got him arrested. And he also,
do you know what he was charged with?
He was charged with two things. I'm about to get into that. He also went into a bank with a hammer or some object and pretended to rob it, but he didn't actually have any intent to rob it. But he pretended like he was robbing it. The people were scared. Everyone took it very seriously. The cops were called, and he got arrested, and he was charged with public mischief.
Attempted robbery? Oh, public mischief.
Attempted public mischief. Yeah, I don't know. Weird charge I've never heard of before.
Looks like a 6-month sentence to a $5,000 fine.
Okay, so it's not terribly serious, but
still serious enough to, spend jail time.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he should spend jail time. I mean, honestly, it seems like this is what he wanted. I don't know what other outcome he would have wanted, but this guy, Gagne Power, has been trying to get the attention of authorities for ever since his account was created. He was just doing shit like this, and it's like, what is your end goal? Like, why do you want this?
That's TikTok, dude. Think about all the TikTok challenges.
They're all horrible.
Like a cesspool.
It seems like people want to use danger to get big, and I don't understand that personally, because one, what is your end goal? You're going to get hurt, or someone else is going to get hurt, or worse. And two, that's not sustainable.
Yeah, the only thing people care about is our attention spans have been shriveled down to such a small amount that it's like either instant gratification or nothing.
Yeah,
it's instant gratification or it's
kind of crazy.
People are just searching for that, so they're willing to do whatever, and it's getting to a point where it's starting to affect everybody.
Yeah, and like I was gonna say, like, how is doing this, literal crimes and putting yourself in danger? That's not sustainable. You can't like continuously do that forever,
Well,
like,
we have examples of that, like Supreme Patty, Boom Gang. Like, look how those people are doing now. Not
yeah,
well.
that's the
Well,
thing. They,
well, it seems like once they stopped doing all that stuff, their lives kind of improved. I think Supreme Patty still does that stuff, but I think Boot Gang stopped, and like I'm pretty sure the dude is doing a lot better than he was,
yeah, I
which
mean, I'm
makes
sure he
sense.
is.
Like,
Like, that's the thing. They usually get their 10 minutes of fame and then they fall off and no one cares anymore. And once they get their 10 minutes of fame, they're like, that's all I wanted. And I don't know. They try and just keep doing it and doing it, and then people are like, all right, this is old now. Because that's just the nature of TikTok. I mean, that's the nature of social media in general, but especially TikTok. No trend or anything sticks for that long. Like, I don't think there's anything you could really do that is genuinely 100% sustainable on TikTok to like keep doing and just keep raking in views. And like, I feel like you need some variety to maintain relevance, but that kind of
yeah,
goes on like for
I'm
anything.
not super aware of how it goes with any of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just people trying literally, like you said, trying literally anything under the sun to get some that 10 minutes of fame. And for the most part, some of them get it, yeah, for sure. But after that, they fall off and they are never heard from again.
Or they end up leveraging their futures. Like, going viral is not typically a good thing in most cases.
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of not, unless you're really like ready for that.
because if you go viral and it's something that has any inkling of negativity to it, it's going to affect you in every facet of your life. I mean, look at all the
Yeah,
living memes. I mean, it's kind of different than TikTok, but like, how many people survive that?
survived what?
Like becoming a living meme, and I mean that's essentially what going viral is. Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
you're, you know, you're basically put in front of the world to be laughed at, and like whether
yeah,
you're doing it on purpose or not. I mean, it's kind of even sadder if you're doing it on purpose, because you're
yeah,
kind of like, willingly embarrassing yourself for attention. It's like, yeah, that's kind of fucking. I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, I guess if people are willing to do it, they're willing to do it.
I guess
I for
so.
one am not.
I mean, some of
Like,
those people will literally, they'll do anything. They will create like a whole fake persona. And here's the thing, like, everyone kind of fakes a little bit online. Like, no one's their real 100% self. That's fine, right? But some of these people will literally become a different person and play a character essentially. And they'll try and do that for as long as they can, but eventually people are going to find you out, or just get tired of your same little niche. Because like, I don't know
well,
if you remember, but there was a guy who was pretending that he was in poverty and really poor. He was working at McDonald's, and he was like, I think he said he was autistic or something. Like, couldn't pay his bills. It was this really depressing story, and people felt bad for him, and people were donating money to him. And it turns out none of that was true. He was just
well,
playing a character.
this kind of off topic as far as crimes go, but look
Yeah,
at all the people that are faking disabilities and disorders on there.
yeah,
And it happens on Instagram too, but I feel like it happens
it
on
does.
TikTok
No, it
the
happens
most.
everywhere, but it's just really that's a big thing on TikTok for some reason. I couldn't tell you
Like
why,
people
but
faking tics and faking personality disorders. It's like,
yeah,
first off, that shit is really rare. And I mean, I'm sure there's probably a couple people on there that are genuinely like trying to share their story and share awareness,
right,
but
yeah,
like they wouldn't be doing it like that. Like, say you have tics, like you're if you're making a video, you probably don't want, like, say you have Tourette's, you probably don't want your tics in the video. So
right,
you're going
exactly.
to
You're gonna
either
edit that
edit
out.
that out, or you're going to I mean, you're going to stop and use the best take that you can. It doesn't do anything. Like, if you're trying to elicit sympathy, or what's the right word for that? If you're trying to get sympathy from people, like, what
And
the fuck are you doing? Is that really what you want to spend your time doing?
yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
really?
I'm not even sure if it's sympathy. I don't know. I mean, I guess they want people to like feel bad for them and just get attention, but like, I feel like that sounds off too, because like, I mean, it's not actual. You don't actually have those problems more times than not. So like, I don't know. And the thing is, like,
It's disrespectful to people
yeah,
that
it
are
is.
actually struggling with that type of shit.
It is, yeah. And like people, me and you know when someone's not actually having, those problems for the most part, but not everyone knows that. Like some people may click on those videos and think that person actually is dealing with that. And that's kind of a problem to me cuz like
Yeah, well, it bogs down your what you like your perception of what people like that go through and
yeah.
how to spot that type of shit. And like, I mean, it's all around just not good. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
like
really nothing good to take from any of that.
what if a younger, younger more
People are
impressionable
people
person
are
clicks on that?
impressionable, exactly. Like,
Yeah. Someone who's like maybe 14 or something, they're not gonna know what those are like, so they're not, they're not gonna understand that, so they may actually think that those people have those problems, and then they go through life thinking that that's what it's like when it's not like that. And that's a problem, I think.
yeah, it's just disrespectful, like, if anything.
Yeah, so like I don't know, the whole clout chasing thing on TikTok's kind of out of control in my opinion, so
Yeah, it's attention grabbing, cloud chasing, and like predatory behavior. Like, those are pretty much all TikTok has. I don't have one. I've never been on it really. So I mean, this is all kind of secondhand information, but I
oh,
think
you
that
don't
just
you don't
tells
need
you
to be on it.
how bad it is that I've never even been on it. Only time I've ever seen is someone sends me a video, I'll watch a video, but like, I can only watch that video and it won't even pull up any others because I don't have the app, and
Yeah,
I'm not gonna download
it
it.
yeah, I don't have a TikTok. Everything I hear from TikTok is TikToks that are re-uploaded from either to Instagram or YouTube, uh, or Twitter, I guess. And people re-upload TikToks all the time, so you don't need to have a TikTok to know what TikTok is like, honestly. And yeah, like,
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's just embarrassing.
like I could be wrong, but I think most people that use TikTok are more on the younger side. So those people are the people that see all this stuff and then think like, let's do that. Obviously not all the time. Depends on what it is, but they're like, oh yeah, they're doing the fucking milk crate challenge or whatever it was called. That looks fun and they're getting views for it. Let's do that. And then
Yeah,
people
that shit was
genuinely
so
get hurt.
dangerous. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
shit was
actually
so
like
dangerous.
that's like not okay.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure I mean, there was like schools, and do you remember like the challenge where kids were fucking taking sinks out of schools and all sorts
yeah,
of
I
shit
do remember that.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that, where it's like, you, if a challenge is literally property damage, that's not really
Yeah.
a challenge. It's just straight up criminal activity.
It's never really
Like,
a challenge for the like mostly. It's always just like, I don't know. Like it's kind of funny the first time, but then you're like, these people are these people are literally like you said, it's property
well,
damage and
well,
committing.
there's repercussions to that, and like, kids are impressionable, and they see that and go and do that, and say they take a sink off and don't know how to turn the water off, and you flood an entire school and cause, you know,
Yeah, then all of a sudden that's a
200
way
grand's
bigger
worth of
issue.
damage, and then your family's on the hook for that, and you thought it was a little funny joke, and then you're looking at, possible jail time. you know,
Yeah,
and
right.
fucking your future up for something that's just stupid.
For some views or whatever.
And
Like,
you're not even gonna be making money off of that.
yeah,
And like you said,
I
it's
think
not sustainable.
you only make money when it is sustainable. I at least that's how I see it. Like, you're not gonna be making any continuous amount of money on there unless you do something sustainable.
And that's pretty much just, I don't even know what is sustainable on there. Like, I don't even know what a good example of that would be.
I mean, honestly, like there's just like vloggers on there that get millions of views like every video. And I guess you could argue they don't do anything differently, but at least they're talking about different things and like, I don't know, bringing some kind of content to the table that isn't just look at this exciting thing that people are gonna click off of in 10 seconds. Like, and people, I don't know if you remember this, people were doing the NyQuil chicken challenge or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that shit's dangerous too. Like, here's the thing, anytime you're dealing with a medicine, if you're taking it as like kind of like the Benadryl challenge, I mean, that shit's dangerous. Like, you can
Yeah.
overdose and die from that. Like,
Yeah, like that's just, I don't see the challenge part of it. Is the challenge part of it to if you can stomach it or not? Like,
to fuck your organs up. Like,
yeah, I guess so.
maybe
I
we
don't
should
even
start
know.
the drink rubbing alcohol challenge and just like see how many people do that shit.
Yeah, like here's the thing, if someone did some really, something like the NyQuil chicken challenger, they have to start somewhere, right? So someone out there did it once, and then someone else followed them, and then someone else followed them, and then the cycle repeats. So in theory, you could probably just do something stupid, and who knows if it'll catch on or not. Like, who knows if it'll become a trend or not.
You have a good chance that it will, seems like.
Yeah, honestly, I think the chances, if it's something dangerous enough, because that seems to be the like deciding factor, then yeah, like that's I'd say you have a chance for that to take off. And
Yeah, it just, I don't know what the world is coming to. Like, social media clearly has a hold on everyone.
yeah, I don't know, because personally, I never.
Because like you can't. I mean, China's doing certain things about it, like limiting the screen time and like different shit like that. I don't think the government should be able to tell you what to do in your free time.
No.
But I do think parents need to be limiting what their kids are doing online. Like, parents need to be taking a stand and saying,
yeah,
hey,
at least to some extent.
get off of the fucking phone.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'm all about like, self-expression and stuff like that through like, you can post whatever you want, but like, yeah, some of these people literally do need to just be like taken off of their phones, like, honestly, and and TikTok and all
Or
that shit.
they need someone, like, you can't have the internet raising people, because we've seen what that turns out to be,
right?
And it's horrible. Like, the end results of that are very bad.
Yeah,
so.
And like, I don't know how you feel about this, but I never was blown away by the high of like likes and views. Like, I don't really care that much about that, like, on social media. Like, if my stuff gets likes,
I don't
then
care at all, man. I've been growing followings for the art, a couple of different times, and then I get a nice little following and then erase everyone off of it, and I've done that like 4 or 5 times. So it's kind of like,
yeah, the likes, I mean, I could take them or leave them, honestly. Like, and I know that's not everyone, obviously, but
yeah, I mean,
I just don't see
don't
why
even
they
post
cherish
tags with any of my posts. So like, pretty much the only people that are seeing it is probably like 3 or 4 people.
Right.
It's more or less just documenting what I want to document.
Yeah, that's actually how I see it for the most part. Like, even on the only thing I care about the engagement on that much is YouTube, and even on YouTube, I still do it because I want to do it. Like, it's not because I want to blow up. Like, that's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing it because I like doing it. So, but these people, they are doing these things, you know, driving around in a van saying free candy, walking into people's houses. They're doing this to blow up. Like, they're not doing this obviously because they want to do these things. You can't tell me these people, if they do want to do these things, then something's wrong with them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
I don't
they have a
see
problem.
what the end goal is there.
I
Like,
don't
you
know.
achieved your goal. What are you gaining from it? Notoriety? Like,
Yeah,
people are
like
looking at you like you're a douchebag.
yeah, like
Like,
who really cares that you got 8 million views on a video when you look like a complete asshat? Like,
I guess they don't care.
I, yeah, I guess not. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's
They
just
just don't care about, like, you know, no one can predict how much something blows up, of course, but these people clearly want that to happen. So when it does happen, they should be expecting people to hate on them because, I mean, one, they're doing something stupid, and two,
well, look,
that's just how
like,
the internet
for
works.
example, with the guy that we did a video on previously where he was walking into people's houses and like stole a dog and all that shit. I mean, he got televised. Like, he was on the BBC for that. So I mean, he
Right,
got
yeah.
exactly what he wanted.
He did,
He
yeah.
was on a major you know, a major news outlet.
Yeah, he actually did get exactly what he wanted, I guess.
Which is kind of a bad thing, because, like, somebody sees that and the likelihood of them doing that shit probably rises because they're like, oh, well, it worked for him.
Yeah, that goes with anything. If something pops off, people are gonna look at that and try and either replicate it, or they're gonna at the very least think about it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just a horrible thing to think about.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hate to sound like an old man, like an 80-year-old man, but like, I don't know, like, young impressionable people, they're gonna look at that and be swayed and influenced and all that. I know that sounds like a boomer take, but like, it's kind of true.
Well, no, it's factual. Like, kids see this shit and then imitate it.
Yeah, I mean, if that wasn't the case, there wouldn't be like 2,000 milk challenge or milk crate challenge videos.
And it kind of reverberates through everything. I mean, it even goes to like YouTube and shit. Like, think about kids nowadays don't want to be doctors or lawyers or even professional athletes. They want to be YouTubers. Like,
Yeah.
and shit like that. And it's like, everyone can't create and make money. Like, I'm sorry, it's just
Yeah.
it just can't happen. It doesn't
That's,
work like that.
I feel like that's something you need to. I feel like that's not something you can strive for unless you already been doing that for a long time. I feel like if you just start from the get-go, like, yeah, I want to do this for a living, you have a 0% chance of actually
you'd
getting
have
there.
to work really hard and you'd have to have really good ideas. Like, there's
Yeah.
a lot that goes into that.
You have to earn it, basically. You can't just be like, to go into something thinking, or not go into something necessarily, but just to start off thinking, yeah, I want to be a TikTok star, I want to be a YouTube star. It's like, those are not.
Yeah.
I don't know. In my opinion, that's not
TikTok,
things you strive
could
for.
probably blow up quicker, but like,
You could, for sure.
you're not making that much. I would imagine you're not really making any money off going viral unless it's, like you said, it's sustainable and you have a brand and you're actually doing something. Like, you have to have something that's attracting a brand. So if, like, someone's doing makeup tutorials or some bullshit or doing comedy, to where like a product can feel connected to you in some way, or like think that your fan base is going to buy their product. If you're just making random bullshit and you're like stealing people's dogs, you're not gonna get any sponsors because no company's gonna want to be
Right. Yeah.
like associated with you.
Yeah. I mean, why would companies want to give you anything or associate with you at all if you're just doing stupid challenges and shit? Like, they're not gonna want anything to do with you.
Yeah, so clearly it's not about the money. It's all about attention.
Yeah, literally all of it. Like, and I'm not sure if like, or I don't know. Maybe some of them it's about the money, but like, I think it's very few of them that are thinking, yeah, I want to get paid from doing this. Well, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.